Definitely here to do what we do when we do what we do. And of course, I'm dining and whining with you this lovely Saturday morning. It is Don Bosco Youth Vibes. I'm happy to be here. I'm delighted to be here. Now, today is kind of like a ladies vibe thing. Today is something different, something sweet, and something tasty, because you're going to be getting your knowledge from the ladies. To my dear viewers on YouTube, a warm welcome. And to you, my dear listener on radio, a warm welcome to today's episode of Don Bosco Youth Vibes. We're wrapping up the month of love, and of course hosting you today, my name is Chivesa Cecilia Mongulwe, your favorite princess, of course. And we are just talking about the different types of love, and maybe just to try and understand each one of them as we prepare for this Lenten season and for the different feasts that we are going to be celebrating in the Catholic Church. And today I'm privileged to host Cynthia and Elizabeth. Ladies, good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Good morning.
Great. Now, according to studies and according to science and whatever has been proven by philosophers, it indicates that there are four major types of love, and which is Agape, Philia, Eros, and Storge. So I would like you to just maybe elaborate on these different types of love, starting with Agape love. Elizabeth.
The Agape love is the love for charity. In terms of you are doing things for other people. Yes. I'll take it in the church style, where you find that most of the people are saying we are doing works of charity and all that, visiting the sick at the hospital, not only by taking gifts for them, showing that you're being charitable to them, but just that visit, your presence, the prayers that you offer to them. And mostly in our communities, you find that we have elderly people who are staying alone without anyone by their side. So these people, they are those people that we could say we show them that charitable love, where we visit them. If we need to wash clothes for them, we provide washing powder for them, we wash, we clean their home, just to show them that we are there to love them and to just do these works of charity. Like I think this Youth Day, people will be visiting the prisons, visiting hospitals. That's the charity they are showing to others. That's the agape love that we're talking about right here, not that love that you need to show to say, I love you, but that charitable love where you do works for some people to show them that you care and you love them. Yeah.
Very important. Now, Cynthia, do you have anything to add on that?
Yes, the agape love is the highest level of love.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's referred in the Bible where it says, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son to die for us. So this kind of love is everlasting and it's sacrificial, just like she says. Yeah, it can. I think we are born with it, if I can put it. It's something that we are born with.
It's part of our default settings.
Yes.
That is very profound. Now, we know that love needs to have its signs and symbols, and particularly for this particular kind of love, I think the best example that Cynthia has given is Jesus coming to die for us on the cross of Calvary, which is one of the feasts that we're going to be commemorating in the next 40 days, which is going to happen on Good Friday. And I think we can just relate this particular kind of love to this particular Lenten season that started on Ash Wednesday. We should learn to give love to one another, never to judge. If we look at the life of Jesus right from Christmas Day when he was born, the way he lived his life up until the Good Friday feast, when we get to celebrate his death and the resurrection on Easter. We saw him showing us the agape kind of love by loving each and every person, embracing each and every person. Jesus never cared if you were a sinner. He never looked at what you did. He never looked at how people were picturing you. He never looked at what others thought about you. His main focus was just on loving you personally. And I think this is one thing that we should also derive from this month of love. It is not just about receiving gifts, like you put it, Elizabeth. It is not just about, proclaiming it and showing it off to people that I love you, but it is about making the other individual feel that indeed they are loved, by not judging them, by not condemning them. And I think these are like the major signs and symbols of agape love. to love others and to selflessly love people and to be willing to offer help when they're in need of it. Now, we now move to the different type of love, which is philia love. What is philia love, Cynthia?
Philia comes from a Greek word which simply means brotherly. So this kind of love that occurs, it's a kind of love that occurs between friends and family members. It has no romantic or passionate feelings attached to it. So this kind of love, the philia love, it's referred also in Romans 12:10, where it talks about loving your neighbors as well as ourselves. So it's a type of love simply that we need to give to our friends and family members. No passions, no romantic feelings that attached to it.
Yeah. And which then pushes us to the different or the other type of love, which is Eros. Eros is the love of romance, guys. So I'm not in that position to talk about it, but maybe I'll contribute. I'll leave it up to Elizabeth, who has a beautiful ring on her finger.
Romantic love is that love that you share with just one person. Just one person, guys. No, different sex. I'm a girl and a boy. not that love.
Watch your mouth.
Yeah. So now this romantic love is that love you share with your spouse, maybe your boyfriend, your husband. It's kind of different. It's that type of love where somebody is able to give in their all for you, just to make you happy, to make you understand that they are there for you all the time, regardless of anything, but they'll just be there for you. I think Cynthia is going to elaborate more.
Please, chip in.
Eros love is a romantic or sexual type of love. This kind of love is not impure. Just because we say it's a sexual type of love, it's not impure, but it's a gift from God to married couples. Underline married couples.
Nanga is it?
Okay, we are talking about being sexually active.
Okay.
Yes. So it's a gift given to us by God to married people. So this kind of love is the only type of love when practiced unworthily, it produces sin, that sexual immorality. So this type of love, it's only given to us by God to married couples, because there's sexual intimacy there. And as a church, we say sex outside marriage is a sin, that's sexual immorality. So this type of love, I know it's practiced by a lot of our youths, and yeah, it's sad because people feel like it has become, it's normal, you know. You can be intimate with someone who you are not married with, but yeah.
And somebody that you'll never marry.
Exactly. So those are spiritual strings attached. Yeah. So this type of love, it's romantic and sexual. So it should, like God has put it, yeah, just for married couples.
So the other type of love is storge, which is associated to the love of animals, plants, and living things. Elizabeth, what is your take on this type of love?
God created animals. He created human beings. So there is also love. When He Himself created those animals, He created them with love. So even us that are taking care of those different animals, it could be dogs, it could be cats, it could be maybe livestock, we need to care for them, because you find that when you go in the village, it's very different. You know, they're misusing animals. For them, it's not for love, it's for work. It's not that type of love that they could show to those animals. You know, an animal is tired, like the cows, it's tired. They'll be beating them just for those cows to do the work that they want them to do. But meanwhile, forgetting that those animals are supposed to be cared for, they have to be loved. If they accepted them in their homes, in their yards, in their farms, it means they brought them with love. But now it's kind of different in this our world, where everything is for business, everything is for food. We're unable to take care of these animals, we're unable to show them love. But God created animals to be loved. Like we love ourselves, even them, they need to be showed love.
Yeah, in the same way we can also put plants when you talk about them. Yeah. There are people who love plants, like you have this garden of roses and different type of plants. So there's just that bond, that deep bond that you put in. Some are affectionate with cats. So that comes to this type of love, that's Storge.
Another type of love is obsessive kind of love, and this one is more of a toxic kind of love where you have your own personal insecurities and you seek to find shelter in another particular individual, and despite of the wrongs that that person might have done to you, or despite of you realizing that that is an unhealthy relationship, you still choose to stay in that particular kind of love, simply because it's like you're not comfortable in your own space. Cynthia, your take on this particular kind of love?
My take on this particular kind of love, an OLD, obsessive love disorder. Yeah, we can say it's a disorder because usually it's unhealthy type of love, where you think you love this particular person and you are so insecure whenever they step out, you're just on their tail. So it's a dangerous kind of love, and if not dealt with, it results in something else.
Now we are wrapping up. So now that we're in the Lenten season, and now that we've talked about the different types of love, and that we have explained love from February 1st until today, we are in the Lenten season, and basically it's about loving one another. It's about agape love. What is your advice to people out there with regards to fasting, almsgiving, and charity?
Show people love, especially those that are in need. You know that you're not in need in your home or in your family, they're not in need. Please extend the love to the next person who's in need. Offer your almsgiving and be charitable enough so as to show God how much we're able to give in for others, like He gave His life for us.
Cynthia?
Fasting and almsgiving are two wings of prayer, because they are a sign of humanity and charity. But fasting is the soul of prayer. So almsgiving is the lifeblood of almsgiving is the lifeblood of fasting. So these three can never be separated. So in this time of Lent, let's not just fast. I think a lot of us, we just starve ourselves. We don't fast, we just starve ourselves, because fasting comes with prayers, scripture,
and intention.
And intentions, exactly. So as we've started this journey of Lenten season, let's ask ourselves what we can offer to our friends who are in need, and what we have to give up for God, because it has to take a sacrificial type of love. That's agape, which we are looking at.
Well, my dear listener, there you have it. We've been discussing the different types of love, and also in preparation for this Lenten season to celebrate the different feasts in the Catholic Church. I hope that you have had enough and that you have learned something from the time that we brought your way love and talked about all the different types of love. So you can catch up on all the episodes that we have done about love on our YouTube channel, which is Don Bosco Youth Network. Now today in the studios, I was privileged to be joined by Cynthia Nyao and Elizabeth. I hope that you have learned one or two things from today's episode. My plea is that you please follow us on Facebook, which is Don Bosco Youth Vibes, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel on Don Bosco Youth Network. My name is Princess Chibesa Cecilia Mongulube, and that ends today's show. Till next week, it's a goodbye and God bless you. Ciao.